Okay, there's a very, very huge misconception about the reality of extroverts and introverts. So, extroverts, it is said that, or is believed that they have high self esteem, right? And introverts, they're they're believed to have low self esteem. So, both of these are projections of a underlying extreme insecurity, and I'm going to be very short about this. So people with high self-esteem, they pretend something they're not, right? And people with low self-esteem, they hide from society because they feel inferior, they feel insecure, right? But they don't pretend like people with high self-esteem do. So to cover their extreme insecurity, people with high self-esteem, or they call themselves like that, they say, oh, I have a high self-esteem. So how they cover their extreme insecurity? Well, they dress very well, they speak a certain way that gives them confidence, they walk with confidence, they drive great cars, which is, I'm not saying it's wrong. They probably have a great job, and that makes them feel great. But if you take all that away, if you take a girl's makeup off, or a wig, or eyelashes off, then the high self-esteem that they project to society is gone. So when you take a rich kid a car, and you send him to take the bus, he's not going to behave the same way as he does on the street, right? So how can you find balance here? Well, you have to accept yourself. You have to accept that you have big ears. You have to accept that you have big ears. Maybe you don't, but you believe so, right? And you think you're not going to get a date because of that. You have to accept that without makeup you look great. Maybe you're overweight, right? Let's say you're overweight, and people say, oh, you're fat, right? And here's the issue that I have with this high self-esteem, low self-esteem thing. Because when someone calls you fat, usually people with high self-esteem calls you fat. People with high self-esteem call you fat. People who look good, probably. People who calls you fat or fat shame you, they usually there's one person who actually used to be fat, and this delusion is very common. This is very common because people who have high self-esteem usually had low self-esteem. So this shift, this psychological shift, can be detrimental in how they behave with others who used to be just like them, right? Let's say you were poor and you win the lottery, then you shame your family members that have no money. Then let's say that you are an immigrant, right? And then you get citizenship. Then you shame immigrants who is like that. That's how it is. is all psychological. So they fat shame you, right? And then you go to the gym, right? So are you going to the gym to show people that you can be just like them, or you want to go to the gym to get healthy? 90% of people who go to the gym were usually fat, and their extreme insecurity is projected to please others. Then the 10%, like my brother, he's a biologist, so he knows about health a little bit. So he goes to the gym to be healthy. I exercise also to be healthy, you know. So there's 90% of people who go to the gym because an ex changed her or him for a skinny girl or a guy, and then they post on social media, oh, look what you missed. So are you going to the gym to show him that you can be what he took from you, or are you doing it for yourself? So people with low self-esteem, they go here always. So now the girl who was cheated on by her ex with a skinny girl, now she's skinny, and now she can only date skinny guys. Okay, now you get it now, right? So how can you find balance? Well, you have to accept yourself. If you're fat, exercise, but don't do it for others. Do it for you. Do it for your heart. If you have big ears, accept your ears. If you have a wide nose, accept your nose. We are not here to please others. That's how you find self-esteem. Self-esteem is neither this or this. Self-esteem is when you find yourself. So when you hear people say that they have high self-esteem, never believe it. They are extremely insecure, because when you take away their makeup or their clothes, not in a sexual way, obviously, they will reveal their mask, their real persona. So this one point I want to clear out is that people with low self-esteem, they're on the right path, because when they mature, if they mature, right, they will eventually accept themselves and reach to this. But when they shift to please others, that's where their ego is lifted, and it will be very, very complicated to heal from high self-esteem, because people with high self-esteem, they reject other people, they feel superior, they denigrate other people, their status, their financial status, their interpersonal relationship, everything. So it's important to work on yourself first before engaging in society, because society is very cruel, and you have to respect yourself first.